You won't believe the recent legal bombshell that has rocked the hip-hop scene and is causing a stir about what happens when a well-known rapper decides to reveal the family secrets of his long-standing enemies in a court filing. Yes, you read it right. Camron just delivered the ultimate insult, and is this the worst betrayal the game has ever experienced? Discussing the court petition that exposed Jim Jones's family has drawn attention from everyone from Harlem to Hollywood. Witnessed. In years or just another day in the vile realm of rap drama? What personal secrets did Camron unearth, and how far will this altercation go? Spoiler alert, juicier than reality TV reunion, with unexpected turns that will leave you speechless. Stay tuned as we dissect every breathtaking detail. Get your popcorn because the truth is going to be revealed, and you don't want to miss any of the receipts and the repercussions that will affect careers. Now that you're on the edge of your seat, let's take a closer look at what Camron is. He's noisy, unclean, ugly, and savage. Setting down in this gorgeous court brief some old-fashioned rap battles or pitiful family disputes that are repeated for hits. But this is a full-on legal expose with at the center of the controversy Jim Jones, Harlem's own rapper. Camron's filing shows a close-knit family that is almost demanding a Netflix series. Enterprise that is allegedly founded on deceit, corruption, and blatant deception, rather than just music and fame. Remember the Dip It days? The well-known group that brought Harlem back to prominence in hip-hop? Jim Jones, who is famed for his fierce rhymes and streetwise hustle, created the impression of success and dedication. But behind the scenes, Camron's files reveal that the image is a constructed facade, hiding a more profound truth. What's the dirt? Camron claims that the Jim Jones family has been setting up a string of fraudulent companies that only exist on paper, but change millions of dollars through intricate money laundering schemes, with one of the alleged companies initially appearing to be a real estate investment organization. It appears to be real high-rise towers with great Harlem addresses and ongoing investment, but Camron says he went farther with from inflated property values, suspicious wire transfers, and ghost transactions revealed by insiders suggest that the funds don't originate from where Jim Jones claims that sources allegedly provided Camron with bank account leaks that showed unexpected transactions for millions of dollars. Frequently, followed by quick withdrawals to European and Caribbean offshore accounts are just the beginning. The suit accuses additional family members of participating in. While some of these scams are referred to anonymously, others are referenced explicitly, but the message makes it clear that the entire family is involved. Ostensibly aids in maintaining this lavish mansion of cards, but it involves more than just dubious financial transactions. Camron also levies emotional. According to the records, some family members were forced to remain silent by fear of losing their fortune or being publicly shamed, while others were allegedly used as scapegoats when things started to fall apart. Think about how family loyalty can be used as a cover for illegal activity. Leading to a Camron's appeal describes a corrosive atmosphere that goes far beyond rap drama, including private home parties where family members fight strongly over how to handle the aftermath. Some call for total cooperation with the authorities, while others insist on keeping quiet at all costs. The situation gets even more problematic when there are rumors of extravagant spending on private planes, flashy cars, and lavish parties that are funded with the same one anonymous source described a party where champagne flowed like water and designer goods predominated. The money may be connected to these illegal, since everything in the room was based on lies. There was a sense that nothing mattered. Fans recall Jim Jones' public persona as the self-assured Bigger A guy living the high life, throwing $100 bills in music videos, yet Camron's bankruptcy begs the crucial question of how sustainable it is. Lifestyle if it's being harassed by illegal activity, and more significantly, how long can the family continue this farce under further legal scrutiny? According to specialists who have looked at portions of the document that are not on file, the claims might lead to a number of investigations, from tax fraud to racketeering. They emphasize that the entire family might be charged with a crime if authorities find even a small amount of what Camron claims harm their company. Of course, Camron didn't show up, but there have been rumors and conjectures about Jim Jones's family wealth for years. Industry insiders have long believed that there is a maze of covert agreements that aren't always clear underneath the glittering exterior, but no one has the guts or receipts to go public until now. And guess what? This court filing jumped just a few weeks before Jim Jones's eagerly awaited album release, sending shockwaves through the music industry. The debate is on whether Camron's calculated use of power to seize the in response Jim Jones and his team have stepped up their denial, calling the filing a bogus appeal for justice and truth, witch hunt, and accusing Camron of trying to make an old dispute relevant. But the worst part is that court records are truthful, are already the subject of research by legal professionals and other sources, and social media is a war, with hashtags like Entra Camron Court Fight and Troll Jim are trending as fans take sides, with serious forums analyzing the possibilities and jokes disparaging the lives of wealthy dipsets. Repercussions. While some fans don't believe their idol could have committed any crimes, others say it's time the truth was revealed. And not just fans, but also artists are subtly commenting behind the scenes, with some insiders acknowledging that they are shocked, yet not shocked by the accusations. As this court drama unfolds, the once close-knit Harlem rap community is now divided and loyalties are shifting, and everyone is watching to see what happens. Will this family survive the trial that might change not just Jim Jones's legacy, but also the entire DePet brand, which has been well known for more than 20 years? The storm, or will Camron's assertions cause the empire to fall apart? The following section will delve into the juicy details of leaked reports with anonymous insider information, and the public's fervent reaction to this catastrophe will uncover the bizarre stories that did not make the news, the covert meetings. This legal battle isn't your typical one, so don't miss it as we pick up where we left off with hush money and the power struggles behind the scenes. In the courtroom drama, Camron's petition reads like a novel, complete with shocking details, secret audio, and financial evidence that appears to be from a Hollywood crime movie. So let's start by talking about the money before moving on to the juicy details that have everyone talking behind closed doors and trending on social media. According to information provided directly to those close to Camron and the Jim Jones family, it is where the real skeletons are hiding. Allegedly oversees an intricate network of shell companies that act as legitimate businesses. These companies that make claims do so by using a complicated network of accounts designed to conceal the true origins of financial transactions. One insider, who asked not to be identified but says they worked, investigators were told by the family's financial management team that on some evenings wires would arrive from places that didn't make sense. This source went on to describe costly spending sprees that didn't match Jim Jones's compensation, openly stating that firms that don't even exist are just empty LLCs, declared that without any obvious commercial motive, we are discussing private yachts, exotic vacations, and costly car purchases. Leaked bank records show an even more detrimental situation, with members allegedly taking part in the scheme with huge rewards, encouraging a culture of secrecy and greed. A $3 million transfer from a Caribbean account into a New York-based bank is purportedly depicted in one file, while another document reveals an estate holding company made several cash withdrawals totaling more than $500,000 in a single month without a valid reason, all of which were reported by, strangely, concerns of suspicious activities were not looked into at the time. And the complaint goes on to say that many family members used false names to open multiple shell accounts and credit lines, making matters more complicated. According to Camron's legal team, deliberate attempt to evade taxes and hide assets. But the real kicker is that the court document makes reference to a number of audio recordings that were obtained by. These recordings may contain unnamed whistleblowers who claim to have recorded intimate conversations between Jim Jones and his closest relatives. Deals, hush money, and agreements to keep everyone silent while the funds are maintained in one movie that was allegedly released to the public, but never formally verified, depicts a family member saying, "If somebody tries to voice their opinions, they lose everything. This is not just business, it is survival." The unsettling tone evokes a picture of a family, the Jim Jones, of course, ruled by intimidation and terror. Insiders close to the rap industry have called these accusations fabrications and distortions. And one seasoned producer has stated, "I've heard tales for years of certain questionable behind-the-scenes transactions, but until today, no one had any proof. In the meantime, I'm not surprised that family money gets dirty anywhere," a former Dipset partner who asked to remain anonymous said. "But this looks like a whole other level. It's terrible. And it's not just the hip-hop scene. Community activists and local harem officials have started to voice their concerns about how these claims could affect the area's reputation." The community organizer stated, "Harem has a rich history, And we don't need a dispute like this to overshadow. The filing has shocked the family despite the community's behind-the-scenes efforts. Business associates from a number of companies connected to the Jones family have reportedly started discreetly removing sponsorships. And according to insiders, private discussions between business partners have concentrated on damage management and how to avoid being involved in the disagreement. Manage a public relations issue that may get out of control. They're trying to determine which contracts to cancel and who, according to one source. If the federal become involved, they will be held accountable. Federal professionals have been speaking out more and more, despite the fact that no official statements have been made by the government or anyone. According to a person with knowledge of the matter, the IRS and FBI were among the numerous agencies that showed interest in it. The source also mentioned that there were financial problems. Revealed in the file reflect the trends we search for in accusations of tax evasion and money laundering, although it is stressed that investigations are still in their early stages. Returns. To the streets, fans of Jim Jones and Camron have turned this into a full-fledged cultural discussion forum with comments. There are many contentious arguments in this section, with some accusing Camron of treason, and others referring to the Jim Jones family as a mafia-style business. Even though artists are not, people who are directly involved have publicly supported Camron's quest for accountability and the truth by interjecting criticism on social media. A well-known tweet perfectly captured the essence of what happens when hip-hop icons start revealing family conflict as a reality show. Despite the chaos, it's bigger than music. There is no doubt that this debate is about more than simply rap. It is a warning about the potential for power, money, and familial ties to entwine, to produce something deadly, and as the story progresses, it's anyone's guess as to how far down the rabbit hole will go. Whether new players will surface, or whether there will be more leaks. We're only getting started, and the final section will dissect the legal battles. Will the family be able to put out the fire before it consumes them all? You won't want to look ahead to potential resignations, government probes, and the public reaction that might make or break the Jones family legacy. Don't miss what happens next, where we left off. Camron's spectacular court battle is changing the Harlem hip-hop scene as a whole, community and beyond. The business empire is rocked. The once close-knit Dipset family is now split, and everyone is nervously observing as the drama unfolds. Let's start by discussing the court file, which sparked a barrage of responses. Jim Jones's legal team responded with forceful. Despite mounting pressure, a number of judges have already approved motions to dismiss, claiming that the claims are baseless, defamatory, and purely strategic. Subpoenas for financial records, and the courtroom is preparing for a full-scale discovery process that might involve the involvement of multiple family members and friends into committed legal professionals who are keeping an eye on this case, believe it's becoming into one of the most important if prosecutors have access to Camron's. However, the consequences of the revealed documents, bank records, and audio recordings could be dire, ranging from heavy fines to criminal charges. There are internal conflicts in the Jones family, according to insiders. Several informants have disclosed that several significant family members are privately, according to a major source, they are separating themselves from Jim Jones out of concern that their personal relationship would be exposed. While some people are willing to work together to protect themselves, others are picking sides. Investigators have muttered about potential defections and signed deals with prosecutors, a step that might change the direction of the entire investigation and reveal that once faithful family members have turned towards witnesses in a courtroom. Drama fit for a Netflix movie with a catastrophic public consequence. Hip-hop is less dramatic. The globe is divided. Some respect Camron for exposing corruption, while others believe this episode tarnishes Dipset's legacy and the wonderful rap culture of Harlem, and defending the truth reignited conversations on the importance of loyalty and the repercussions of merging family with Jim Jones brand affiliations. Significant effect due to the unpredictability. Major sponsors have begun to cite sources within advertising companies that claim they are withdrawing their due to brand safety concerns in the current social media environment. Companies do not want to be associated with legal issues in their marketing and endorsements. Regardless of how well known they are, Jim Jones and his band are under additional strain due to this financial issue, which could harm upcoming record releases, gigs, and commercial partnerships. One source claims that when funds run out, the real problems surface on a more intimate level, according to acquaintances of Jim Jones. This is not just about business. It's a personal nightmare family drama spilling into the gym, he remarked with tremendous confidence. Jones has been seen meeting with well-known PR specialists and the legal counsel in an effort to coordinate his return rumors due to public demand. There have been rumors of a documentary on the incident, but nothing formal has been made public or proven. Camron has established himself as the whistleblower, the person who dared to expose a family business with shaky foundations, has remained silent in public, but active. Some believe that Camron's timing wasn't right since he was prepared for a protracted legal battle and speaking with investigators behind the scenes, coincidental, and that he may be using this submission for a power struggle inside Harlem's rap hierarchy, as much as seeking justice. In any case, his action has made it very evident that no family secrets are protected and that no empire is impregnable outside of the legal system, according to Harlem residents and community leaders, are ready for the long-term consequences. A local official informed us, "This crisis has brought Harlem under scrutiny, and we hope it leads to, in addition to accountability, the community cannot afford to be divided by this." Thus, local NO says. With youth initiatives purportedly worried about funding as sponsors consider taking part because of the controversy involving one of Haru's most well-known privacy concerns have been raised by celebrities and the media circus around the case, according to critics who claim that artists' private lives should be kept secret, while some argue that transparency is necessary when public people have important power. Thus, as this situation develops, the music industry is paying close attention. Will other artists share their stories? Could this case lead to more research on the financial aspects of hip-hop, deals, or will it just be another forgotten story after the headlines fade? One thing is for sure, though, the Jones family drama has changed the game. What started out as a rap competition has evolved into a legal and cultural phenomenon that is making people think about what loyalty is and what legacy means in the world. Hip-hop's legal proceedings are scheduled to start in the coming months, and according to insiders, they could go on for years. In the meantime, if you were under the impression that this was just another quarrel, this is the story of more leaks, drama, and possibly even more people joining the fight, of power struggle and survival as seen through the eyes of one of the most famous families in Harlem. Watch for the final decision, where justice, truth, and legend meet. Okay, family, now that you've heard all the bizarre details, the covert transactions involving family betrayals and court cases that rock Harlem's rap scene, what are, in your opinion, did Camron, the ultimate truth teller, uncover a corrupt empire, or was he merely stirring things up to overthrow Jim Jones in this scandal? Alters the game for his Dipset, which is just another chapter in their protracted, bitter fight. Don't be shy about your comments. Who is really to blame? Fall here. And how far do you think this court battle will go? Is there any chance the Jones family will recover from this? Or is this just the start of? Finally, if you want to see more exclusive, jaw-dropping exposés, be sure to hit the like button, slam subscribe, and ring the bell. If you want to be a part of these amazing stories and be the first to know, you won't miss a single update, I promise. Know when the bombshell will occur next. Keep your eyes and ears vigilant with these drops, sharp and recollectable